Hey, Todd Uzel here. I just wanted to go through a quick 10-step guide to getting a mortgage. I know those are always some of the big questions people ask, and I wanted to give you a quick overview. I wrote a blog post on it, and you can definitely dive deeper in or give me a call. We can talk about it. But first thing, it's get pre-approved. Getting pre-approved means we're going to take a look at your credit, take a look at some docs, and just make sure that the houses you're looking at you can qualify for. That's number one. Um, you know, it's pretty easy. Some people do it without getting docs. I think it's a good idea to get documents because that way you're not, as a buyer, you're not going out looking for a house that doesn't fit your budget. And that brings us to step two, knowing your budget. Knowing your budget isn't the same thing as what you can qualify for. Say you make $100,000 and you can qualify for a $400,000 house. Well, that $3,000 or $4,000 payment may not fit your budget. You may have savings you're working on, or car payments, or a bunch of kids, or things you like to spend your money on that doesn't include your house payment. So knowing your budget is different than what you qualify for, but it's definitely something to consider when you're thinking about how much I qualify for versus what I want to buy. And the next step is looking for a lender. The reality is you probably are finding you're at least have a lender in mind if you're pre-qualified. So, I do a lot of pre-qualifications, and hopefully those folks stay with me. Sometimes the shiny object of, oh, check this rate out or whatever, might pull people away. But at the end of the day, you find a lender, find someone you're comfortable with that has your best interest in mind. And really, when you're buying a house, there's a wealth creation aspect to it that I think a lot of lenders bypass, because when you buy this house, well, the next house you buy, you're probably going to sell this one or rent it, and now you have a net worth conversation, or your bank account is growing. So that's really what you want to think about as a strategy for home buying versus just I need a place to live. There's more to it than that. And like I said, we want to get your documents in order. When we talk about documents, we're talking about pay stubs, W-2s, 401k statements, bank statements, picture ID, stuff that's pretty accessible, but it really helps me provide you with a good picture of where you're at as it pertains to the home buying process. And, definitely helps me answer any questions you have on the front end. Then it's choosing a loan. The reality is, depending on your credit score, that's kind of going to choose the loan for you. There's reasons to use an FHA loan. There's reasons to use a conventional loan. There's reasons to use a jumbo loan. So all those things come into play, and there's a bunch of different types of loans. It really just depends on what you're trying to do and for what purpose. Is it primary residence? Is it second home? Is it investment property? Kitty condo. I mean, there's so many ways to think about those things. Locking in your interest rate comes next, and it, depending on your lender, that's gonna and your loan type, that's gonna change. I mean, if you're using a down payment assistance loan, like your rate's not getting locked till after you get an appraisal, whereas if you are putting 10 or 20% down, we can probably lock your loan in 60, 90 days out and let you lock and shop. If the market gets better, we can give you a better rate. But locking your rate is important, and it's important for you to understand why that happens and when that happens. So if you're able to lock your rate before you go out and find a house, you go find your house, make an offer, and hopefully your offer gets accepted. The process of making an offer and working with a realtor and all of that's a whole nother video, I think. But that's when it gets exciting. You make an offer, the seller says, yeah, I like your offer, or I want more money, or I'm going to take someone else's offer. So there's sometimes counter offers involved there too. But making an offer is definitely one of the pieces to the puzzle. Once you get your offer accepted, we're going to order an appraisal. And that's where a certified appraiser comes out, checks out the property, tells you what it's worth based on comparative market analysis and other homes in the area that have recently sold. And of course the condition, and if it has some disrepair, then there may be some repairs required before we can finalize the loan. Every loan product is a little bit different on that, so those are just another variable among the many variables of purchasing a home. And once we get all of that, we're going to submit you into underwriting. and the underwriter's going to take a look, and at that point we should have a good idea. And it's just formality. We need a document here, document there to finalize the loan. Most loans close in 30 days, give or take. We can do it faster. Some loans take a little longer depending on the loan product and the investor. So those are just those are some of the dance, if you will. Then we get to close on the house. That's when it gets fun. So we clear your loan to close. The underwriter says everything's good, and this is when you sign with the notary on the dotted line. This is the fun part. And then you get your keys. You sign with the notary. The loan gets funded, meaning that we send the money to the seller and whoever else needs to get paid, and you get your keys. The county in Arizona, the county will record the title, or the title company will record with the county, and that certifies the deed in your name, and you're off to the races. So that's super exciting. That's basically it. And you're in, and hopefully we can do it again. So hope this makes sense. Like I said, it's a short overview. I'm going to include the link to this blog in the description there. But if you have any questions, please feel free to call, and I'm here to help. I want to help grow your wealth and house your family. Have a great day.